I went to see the Titanic release in 3D, and they gave me the most ridiculous 3D glasses that I've ever seen, which was kind of strange. But yeah, I went to see it the other day on the anniversary, which was what, the 15th? I think it was the 15th of April. And I have to say, it was kind of awesome. It's like a long time since I'd seen Titanic. I think it's probably at least 8 years. And the first nostalgia hit came when the score started to kick in and open up the film, and I just remembered just how amazing the soundtrack to the film was, and how it really it's so distinctive and it captures the tone of the film so perfectly. I thought it was just brilliant. And just the little touches of how the film opens, like Kate Winslet's entrance is just brilliantly shot. The cinematography in the film is amazing. Just the scale of everything, it's just so cool. I mean, Titanic is a masterpiece. It's not really cool to say that anymore, especially considering how bad Avatar was, but Titanic is an absolute masterpiece. It's a classic piece of modern cinema, and I had actually genuinely forgotten how good a film it was. The visuals and the acoustics and the performances in it are just incredible, and they're iconic. You know, it's one of those films that everyone had to see at the time, and it's really stuck in memory and given us two of Hollywood's biggest actors of like the current era. It's really just good. It's very, very good. As far as the 3D effects go, they're great. You know, it's James Cameron, so you know it's the best you're gonna get out there. And for the most part, you would believe that the film is shot in 3D. You know, it's very, very well done. It's a very good conversion. But would I say, do you need to go see it in the cinema to see the 3D effects? Is it worth going to see the film for the 3D? I'd say no. I don't think the film needed the 3D back in the 90s when it won a rake of Oscars, and it doesn't need them now. The film doesn't need to be in 3D, but it is very high quality, and if you're into 3D, then you might want to see it in that manner. Would I say it's worth seeing the film again? Yes, absolutely. Titanic is a major motion picture in every sense of the word. It's meant to be seen on the big screen. It is a blockbuster, and you should see it with the cinema surround sound on a like huge screen in a darkened room, and just give yourself over to the experience of it. It's a great film, and it's absolutely worth seeing in the cinema again. If you're in any way a fan of cinema, I would say definitely go and see this release of Titanic. I mean, the film, it's meant to be seen on the big screen, and you never know when you're going to get the chance to see it again in its natural environment. So I would definitely recommend to go see Titanic again, because it's a classic. Like, I mean, the film grips you from start to end, and just all of the little touches, like the colouring and the visual style of it is amazing. Every shot is so beautifully done. The lavishness of the Titanic, it captures you. It makes you believe that you're there. It's fantastic. It really is. One of the things I really love about Titanic is how all of the minor characters are developed so strongly, and they're played so well. Like, you really believe them as people, and they all have their own motivations and touching scenes. Like, there's one now, spoiler alert if any of you haven't seen it, like I doubt anyone hasn't seen it, but whatever. There's one scene where the Irish mother in steerage, this is after the ship has started going down and the gates have been locked for the steerage, so that they know that they're not going to make it out of this alive. They've been locked under the deck, basically. And the mother is there with her two kids, and she's just telling them the story of Tiernan Og, and trying to get them to fall asleep. And it's so heart-wrenching. And there are parts of the film that just genuinely touch you, and they really make you feel like the strength of the emotion, and it's such a high-charged situation, but it's never comical, it's never exaggerated, it's always really human. And I think that's what makes Titanic such an incredible film, and is a big part of the reason why it's still every bit as brilliant today as it was 10-15 years ago when it came out. So yeah, I absolutely loved watching Titanic in the cinema again, and I would highly recommend that if you have the time that you go and experience that film the way it's meant to be seen. So thanks for watching, guys. If you would consider subscribing, I would really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next couple of days. Alright, see you.